can't go outside without my weapon. I missed his head when I shot. Nigga had a death wish. Ain't gotta get ready for no beef, I stay on go. I be everywhere like a hooper, I bring it straight to your door. Can't get caught without it, I gotta leave with my pistol. Get caught like in the traffic, I'ma let it ring out the window. I'ma shoot, shoot, shoot. When I pull up on you, hanging out the
attempt between Wack and Hassan to start out with. I think Wack was kind of sizing Hassan up. I think he kind of seen Hassan, you know, I'm not good at not saying exactly what I want to say, so let me just say it. I think the moment that Wack realized Hassan was going to be like the X Factor or a wild card in the interview, Wack was like, fuck this nigga. I don't think Wack had a problem with it before. I don't think Hassan had a problem with Wack. When I see both of them, they look cool. And what I mean by Wack saying fuck this nigga, I don't think Wack was trying to say like, yo, I'm going to beat him up. And this is where I disagree with Wack. And this is where I disagree also with Hassan. I think Wack was just like kind of, you know, like, yo, I'm going to say shit to trip him up. Because a lot of shit he says, you know, there's holes in it. Wack is really good. Like, if you ever listen to Wack on Clubhouse, yo, Wack will talk to a nigga in Clubhouse, cut him off 15 times, change the subject 16 times, basically reset the conversation, and basically have at the end the nigga just admitting that he's a fucking idiot without them even talking about the same thing that they came to talk to Wack about. Wack is masterful at that. I thought 6ix9ine was the epitome of that, and I told 6ix9ine this. When me, him, and Wack sat down, Wack's the only nigga who I've ever seen in history. 6ix9ine sat down with Charlemagne twice, and I thought he spun Charlemagne like a gig. I saw 6ix9ine sat down with a lot of niggas, and he worked them. Pause. He made them niggas look foolish. You know why? Because he controlled the narrative. He always had more information than them, and he always was presenting shit to change the conversation to make it a more relevant point than what the person was asking. Brilliant. When I saw him sat down with Wack, Wack was composed, never got up, never shouted. He was in his pocket, and 6ix9ine was frustrated because 6ix9ine couldn't do what he did to those other people. I said, damn, that's talent. I see Wack on Clubhouse. There's nobody on Clubhouse that could beat Wack. Wack Mike always sounds louder than somebody else. Wack controls all the discussion. Wack got about like 50 people who just co-sign him. You can't beat Wack in Clubhouse. He's really smart. Wack knows information. Wack will just change something, be like, yo, like somebody will be like, yo, did you, like I was listening to this clip the other day, somebody be like, yo, did you say this about Nipsey? Because I heard so-and-so saying you said it. And so-and-so shouldn't be speaking on something like that, right? Wack don't want to talk about the original question. Wack was just like, Wack was like, why so-and-so can't talk about it? You know I know him, right? They'd be like, yo, man, I don't think you know him. Listen, man, what? They'd be like, yo, you don't think I know him? Yo, Wack going on a different tangent. Wack is smart as a motherfucker. Wack is, let me tell you this. You see Clubhouse? Clubhouse is a bunch of, and if y'all streaming us on Clubhouse, this is just raw facts. Clubhouse is a bunch of people with 30 IQ while Wack got 300. I only listen to Wack every day to run laps around Wack is running laps. When I mean laps, he's running laps around these things on Clubhouse. They have no idea what the fuck is going on. To the point that I've thought Wack is the only person who could turn Clubhouse into a gang. Wack is so smart, so slick. He has an OG mentality about him, but he's so clever with his words that Wack could get anybody to believe anything, buy into anything, and also to move on anything. That's somebody who could lead a gang. Everybody on Clubhouse, everybody who, like, because I be hearing certain familiar voices, there were once people who went at Wack who now just gave up. They just get on the side. Wack is a nigga who is like, if you can't beat him, join him. Everybody who I see co-sign Wack now used to argue with him. But when you just can't beat him. Wack is too slick for all these motherfuckers. Same with even, I believe, Hassan. I think Wack is too slick for Hassan. let's get back into the Wack and Hassan thing. I think Wack figured out an angle for the interview. I think he was going to be slick with Hassan. I think Hassan wasn't looking at it like that. Hassan didn't come in pressing Wack. Wack didn't come in pressing Hassan. They did the interview. Wack did say some slick shit. It didn't feel threatening. And nigga, I'm the non-gangster in the room. It didn't feel threatening. Hassan, I don't think he felt threatened. But here's where Hassan goes wrong. And this is Hassan's fault. So I've told you about Wack. Let me tell you about Hassan. Hassan's issue is that Hassan is too much conspiracy theorist. I like Hassan that he is non-industry, but his disdain for the industry also teeters on a line that he will create things out of illusion or him being delusional. I'll give you examples. I think his conversations with Wack, he's taken to extreme levels. I think it's one thing to say, hey, Wack said this, Wack said that. I think it's another thing when you're saying Nipsey Hussle got killed because somebody in the rolling 60s put out word that Nipsey's a rat. See, the reason why I could see, like, I see eye to eye a little bit with Hassan because we were, like, at the time, I was anti-industry. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I didn't know nobody. But Hassan, what he does, he's wearing a tinfoil hat. He's a conspiracy theorist. So he adds on a little bit of what he believes to what he hears. You get what I mean? I think it's dangerous to a certain extent. When you start saying that Nipsey died because people thought he was a rat, you're now changing the entire perception and now the entire foundation of Nipsey Hussle's death. And that's heavy because if you're going to do it, make sure you got your facts. Do you get what I mean? Now, I have no problem with him saying, yo, there's a lot of shicey shit going on in the industry. It is. The recording stuff, not my forte, but I get him on that. But I listen to him at times, and I don't know if he believes this, but he's like, they're sending people to come get me. Hassan, there's no one in the industry that's sending people to come get you. If they were going to send people to come get you, they would have been sent people to come get me. Like, it's not happening, brother. You know what I mean? You have enemies because you have dissed people or you've said certain stuff that people who are gangsters or whatever don't like. But there's no industry higher power fraternal order trying to kill you. That's just the truth. You have a bunch of broke hood niggas that you have offended many times on your platform that if they do see you, they would try to kill you. But there's no assassination being planned. That's where he loses me. Because you become cynical when you take some truth and then you make up a whole theory on it. Do you get what I mean? That's all I believe. So I'm watching Hassan, and this is where I think, like, he doesn't realize one thing that Wack is good about. Wack is amazing at understanding what content is. When Wack agreed to sit down at Clubhouse with me and 6ix9ine, number one, I thought it was super brave. Everybody turned it down. Gilly turned it down. My Song turned it down. Joe Budden turned it down. Charlamagne turned it down. 6ix9ine was reaching out to people to do an interview with him for his first album after he came out from Snitching. Nobody wanted to do an interview with him. He was going back and forth with Meek. And 6ix9ine knew, because 6ix9ine is a good marketer, me too. But, you know, I knew he was going to do it on my platform at some point. But he was down to do it on their platform. He said, I need somebody who's quote-unquote street to debate with. Wack came out of the blue and Wack said, let's set this up. To the point when Wack said it, I'm like, is Wack okay? But Wack was smart. As I said, I give Wack the ultimate credit for being fucking smart. The guy is I don't know if niggas look at Wack as some dumb street dude, but I like I love Wack in terms of the way he maneuvers in the street, but he's smarter than every street nigga I've seen. He's the smartest one. So we do this shit. He's getting a bunch of like people getting at him. He's getting a bunch of people getting at him. Let me tell you this, and this is what I know about Wack. When Wack did it, Wack is like, let it rock. Because I was hitting Wack after, because, you know, Spotify, we were going back and forth when it should be released. There was some clips that didn't make Wack look the best because people were like, why you sitting down with a snitch? Why you got him saying this? You know what Wack said? Because I was offering Wack, I'm like, yo, do you want me to send you some clips that make you look good? Wack was like, nephew, I'm good. Let it rock. This shit going viral. Wack is going to be an entertainer, even if he doesn't, like, he's a great manager and he does all this stuff with the label. But even if that doesn't work, Wack is going to be super fucking successful because Wack is amazing at recognizing what's content. By the way, half of what I think Wack does on Clubhouse, he's doing it for content. I think he fucks with niggas. That's how smart Wack. I think Wack's on there. People think Wack is on there just doing street business. No, Wack is on there just creating content. I'll tell you how I know Wack's creating content on there. That gay nigga, the one with the mascara and who's super zesty with like the extra spit like in the back of his throat every time he talk. That nigga who Wack got into it with, Wack still talks to him, but Wack only talks to him for content with certain shit. I see Wack hop from room to room, crowd to crowd. He deals with everybody, and he gives them all content. He's made it so to the point, if Wack ain't on the app for 2 days, if Wack get locked up or he gets locked out of his phone for 2 days, Clubhouse is dead. Nobody cares about nothing said on the app unless Wack's there. So Wack knows about content, just like I know about content and 6ix9ine. He doesn't let it get in the way. Here's Hassan's problem. We did great content. And by the way, that's the thing that I salute to the other two people at the table, 6ix9ine and Wack. Because it's a lot of voices there. Nobody gets mad about how they look on camera. Nobody gets mad about what they didn't say. It is what it is. But Hassan, I believe, he did feel a way about how he was portrayed. And this is why I'm going to say Wack is smart. I think Wack knew that. So, if you ask me, Wack came on Clubhouse and gassed it a little bit. Wack gassed it like, yeah, I checked that nigga. And the moment that happened, Hassan could not see the fact that this was the greatest piece of content he has been involved in ever in his career. He automatically felt his ego was under attack. Now, granted, here's why I'm saying the greatest piece of content. Because, you know, I also heard him say, he said he wanted to, like, you know, impart some knowledge on 6ix9ine. Bro, you have 6ix9ine's number. You have my number. You have Wack's number. You could call whoever you want to say whatever you want. You kind of know what that shit's going to be. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like, yo, let's all hold hands and say a prayer. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I think he lost sight of that a little bit because he's still in the phase of figuring out what's entertainment and what's the real shit. When I did the first interview with Wack, Wack went on Clubhouse and Wack hyped it up. Wack's an amazing promoter. And it's not that Wack lied about anything. Gassed a few things up, which that's what I think. I think Wack gassed it up a little bit. Because in reality, did Wack say certain stuff that could be considered disrespectful? Yeah. Was Wack in there like, yo, blood, blah, 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 you got fucked in your way? No, he wasn't like that. So Wack is gassing the content up a little bit, but Hassan took it personal.